Welcome back. It has been a long time since I've been on here. 2 years, over 2 years, maybe just 2 years. A whole lot has happened since I've been away. Yeah. Where do I start? I guess I will start with the fact that I need help. And I'm not good at saying that I need help. I'm not sure yet what the title of this video is going to be, but I was basically in survival mode for 2 years. Ooh, just talking about it's gonna make me cry. Wow. I am the oldest of 3 girls. I just turned 37 mid-January, and shortly after my last video, I think my last video came out June something of 2022, and on June 17th of 2022 survival mode started. Some of you know my parents moved in with me in March, early March, late February of that year. But that was for the purpose of me helping my dad with my mom's health. But on June 17th, my dad had a massive pontine stroke. And that was insane. That was insane. I was pretty much in the hospital almost nonstop for 2 weeks with him. Didn't know what was going to happen. At the same time, my mom was still having big health issues. My sister moved in also. My sister and her son moved in with me at the same time my parents moved in with me because she had been living with them. And so she took over taking care of my mom. My daughter and my nephew just kind of, we were winging it with them. They were 12 and 13, 12. They were both 12 at the time, so, or 11 and 12. Anyway, everybody kind of went into survival mode. And then my dad spent 3.5 months, maybe a total of 4 months in the hospital. And then he spent 3 months in a nursing home. And then he spent 1 month in a rehab facility, and now he's home. He came home on December 28th of 2022. And then at that same time, my mom was in the hospital a couple times while my dad was also in the hospital in a different area. And we had to put her in a nursing home in October of 2022 because we think she had Lewy body's dementia, which means that it just progresses really quickly. And she had congestive heart failure and a few other things as well. Sorry. I'm hoping that getting back on here and doing this series is not only going to help me, but going to help other people. But maybe it'll just help me. I don't know. Maybe somebody sees it, maybe nobody sees it, but hopefully I think it's going to be healing for me. So that's why I'm doing it. I didn't expect to cry. Wow. Okay. So on January 14th, which is my birthday of 2023, my mom went into the hospital from the nursing home. I got the call. And then on January 20th, she passed away of last year. And it's been a little over a year now, and I'm just now, like, I processed it and I grieved it as it was happening, but I feel like grief, like, healing happens slowly over time in layers, not all at once. You can't process everything all at once because that's too much for our bodies and our nervous systems. So I've been in survival mode for 2 years. My whole house is a disaster. When all of this happened, my sister, so I live in a 3-bedroom house. My parents had one room, I had the master bedroom, and my daughter had this room that I'm in right now. And when my dad went into the hospital, my sister moved into the room with my mom. My nephew was sleeping on the couch. My daughter was still in here, and I just wasn't really at home very much for the first few weeks. Then my mom went to the nursing home, so my sister stayed in that other room that was my parents' room. When my dad came home, he had to go into my room, which is the master bedroom, because it's the only room with a doorway big enough to fit his wheelchair. He still doesn't have use of his whole right side. He's dependent. And so I had to move all my stuff out of there because he has a hospital bed. He has a bunch of like medical equipment, wheelchair, all that stuff, his clothes, all of that. So my master bedroom became his room. At first, my daughter and I traded off sleeping in the bed and sleeping on the couch, but eventually she was just like the wonderful person that she is. She was like, Mom, it's okay. You take the bed. I'm fine on the couch. So for almost a year, my daughter and my nephew slept on the couches. Now, granted, they are older, very comfortable couches, basically like sleeping on a twin bed. So they weren't like hurting. They just didn't have their own space. And then I've been in this room, which is half my daughter's stuff and half my stuff. So it's chaotic. Nothing has really had a place. Everything has been cluttered and like forgotten and left alone. When you're in survival mode, you kind of just do the bare minimum of what needs to be done to get by. I think I hit some depression walls along the way where I just kind of was paralyzed and I couldn't do anything. I just couldn't. My nervous system was shot. But now, one of the things I've been dealing with lately is that I have a really hard time asking for help. I have a really hard time, but I also have a really hard time letting people into my mess and into my chaos. So I'm gonna do a series on cleaning up after being in survival mode for 2 years. I don't know what to call it. Somebody come up with a catchy title. But basically, like, cleaning after 2 years in survival mode. I don't know, getting it together. I don't really think that there is a getting it together. It's just, I want my house to be peaceful. I want it to be a place I enjoy. I want it to be a place that's peaceful for my daughter and my family. And it's not right now. It's still chaotic. We've done some work. We got the garage ready. And so my sister and my nephew moved out to the garage. It was already kind of redone to be like an extra little studio kind of place. So my sister and my nephew are out there now. And we'll be getting a mini split unit in there before summertime so that they don't burn up in Texas heat. My daughter got a new bed in the other bedroom, and it's halfway put together, and her stuff's partially in there. And so yeah, I think this series is going to be about kind of the healing process of cleaning up after the last 2 years of getting organized. It's going to be both like cleaning inspiration and also trauma processing, some emotional healing, hopefully. And then crossing my fingers that at the end of this, I will have a clean, peaceful home that I love. And I will also have processed through a lot of my emotions and feelings and trauma. So that's the long and the short of it. I'm still homeschooling. I am still technically a single mom, but I am dating somebody as of October of 2023. He's amazing. But yeah, that's where I'm at. I look forward to doing this with you guys. I will try to end this video now. You're welcome to ask questions in the comments, but I can't guarantee that I'm going to be able to answer them just yet. I will do my best. All right. Have a great, great day.